Hey y'all, welcome to Walking with Abba. It's Quayla, and you are about to watch episode 9 of me transitioning from one hotel to the what I known didn't know then was about to be my last hotel that I would ever stay in. But uh yeah, this kind of is a rocky road. Okay, it's a rocky 2 to 3 days. So these videos are going to be broken up in like three parts because there was a lot happening, but breakthrough as well. And so I pray that you guys enjoy this video. I want to encourage everyone again who is on their faith journey with the Lord. Everybody walk is different. I believe the Lord had me record these videos because he wanted his daughters, specifically his daughters, to know that he takes care of his daughters, that we just have to trust in him and that he would never leave or forsaken us. In my journey, I pray that it encourages you on your walk. It strengthens your faith. And that's it. I pray that you guys enjoy this video. Bye. Y'all, it is the 1st of May, and I'm supposed to have been out of this hotel at 11 o'clock. Y'all, it is 11:59. The man said we could stay here till 12, and I don't know what to do. So I just been sitting in here waiting for my next instruction because the only thing I was told was to pack, like just pack my stuff. And I had that revelation yesterday. So there's something wrong with my eye. So I just been sitting here. Y'all, I don't know what that is. It's something wrong with my eye. But I just been kind of just sitting here waiting for the next instruction. So y'all, the Lord has done it again. I drove from Florida to Texas. This is like my 18th day here. This morning was the hardest day ever, probably in my life. I had to check out of my hotel today at 12, right? Really at 11, but the host, the man let me get an extra hour, okay? Mind you, it's me and my children. I do not know what the heck is going to happen because it's like 11:59 at this moment. I recorded. I'm gonna put a little clip because I was like, y'all, I don't know what I'm about to do. Well, the phone rings, the hotel phone rings, and he's like, Miss Pickman, it's time to check out. I was like, okay. Get the kids, get the stuff. I go sit in the lobby. Huge lobby, by the way. So it wasn't super uncomfortable. The only thing that made it uncomfortable is was just like you could feel like people were staring, like people that was walking or left and they came back and we were still there. I was like, you know? And so I was like, God, what do you want me to do? Y'all, so I was perceiving that the Lord wanted me to rent a car because I moved here with no car, nothing. Okay. Just faith in my children. Okay. And the Lord was never telling me to get a car. He was just telling me to pack so that way I could go to another room, which the room that I am in right now. However, I was sitting in that lobby for about 3.5 hours. No, I'm just playing. No, it was literally like 3 hours. If it wasn't three, almost four. Um, and I kept looking at my app on my phone, y'all, because when I first got here, I was staying at the Marriott Hotel, okay? One of the Marriotts, which was the courtyard, right? And so somehow, though that 10 days I was staying there, I accrued 21,000 points. And Half of them points was because they messed up. It was just messing up the whole time I was there, but God turned it around for my good. However, I didn't know it was 21, a total of 21, and plus when you stay there, they give you points as well. So me staying there and then them crediting my account, I got 21,000 points. The Lord used that. So I'm looking at my profile and it says, you got 21,000 points. I was like, okay. Y'all, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, for real. Like, not paying attention to, like, you need to use those points. So I go back and I'm looking at how much the hotel rooms cost. And baby, them rooms like 300 a night. I said, oh, no, we're not doing that. So I just keep getting off the app and going back to Priceline. I'm like, God, I don't know what you want me to do here because I ain't really got enough to do a little bit of nothing at this point. And I'm asking people for help. I'm asking my mom. My mom is like, she about to give me her last. I'm asking my uncle, my sister. Nobody really responding. So I perceived it. I said, nobody is responding to me. So this is intentional. Okay. I knew that I said God is doing something. Because for one, he's quiet. And then ain't nobody else responding to me. I said something ain't right. And so I told my mom, I said, Mom, you're the only one responding. And my mom was such a huge help, okay? She's texting me. She's like, are you okay? My mom is panicking, y'all. She low-key panicking. It's like her baby is all the way in Texas and she can't do nothing about it. And that's why the Lord got me here, because he is teaching me to trust him and she has to trust him that he know what he doing with me, okay? She can't come to my aid all the time, but she can help me. She can, help lead me sometimes. And so it was just really a learning lesson for both of us, okay? Anywho, I'm texting my mom, and after I done broke down, y'all, I done broke down like 3, 4 times. I'm trying to fight these emotions and fight the thoughts in my head that you is not about to be homeless. Like, it was just so annoying. Like, those thoughts are annoying because it's like you want to trust God, then you get to the point when you trust God, you get to the point where you speak into your situation, and then another hour go by, and then you kind of like, bro, let me just, am I about to be in a homeless shelter? And then you like, God ain't gonna bring me this far just for me to do it. Like, literally, y'all, it was a battle. But what got me was I was reading a book of Ezra, right? Y'all, I need some lotion. Don't worry about that. Just worry about the testimony. I was reading a book of Ezra, and it stuck with me last night. And don't quote me on this because it's fresh in my mind. Ezra, they were about to rebuild the temple, and the Lord has been talking to me about rebuilding the temple, right? And Ezra was going to ask for protection on his journey, I believe to Jerusalem or I don't know where he was going, but he was going to ask for protection because they was basically tearing down altars and putting altars of the Lord. And so they were kind of frightened of the people land who they was crossing over. So they kind of wanted some protection. But it said that Ezra, let me find it, y'all. I gotta find that verse, Lord. Please let it be up here. If I don't, I'm gonna try to. If I edit this video, I'm gonna put it up there. But for the sake of this video, let me hurry up. It says something like Ezra had already told the king that the Lord was there going to defend them. The Lord was covering them, so he didn't ask for protection. What he did was go on a fast and seek the Lord, and it said that the Lord came through. That right there, y'all, I didn't eat nothing until just a few minutes ago. I had some popcorn. I said no, and I just kept saying, the Lord gonna come through. The Lord gonna come through. Well, y'all, after the clarity, after just much revelation. Okay, I was like, if I get this hotel, I still gotta have some room, some money to get to the hotel, because when you are moving strictly off faith, baby, you don't got no money. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. I have no money, okay? So I was like, how am I gonna get 14? I put the address inside of my maps, and it said it was like 14 minutes away. I put the address on Lyft. At that time, the daggone Lyft, y'all, was $50, and because I have to get an extra large car because it's me and my children. And I'm like, $50. I'm gonna need a whole nother $100, even though I ain't gotta pay for the room. I still need some money. And so I kind of like I had it in my back of my mind, and I was just still sitting there like, Lord, I do not know what the heck I'm gonna do. Because then you gotta think about it. You need a deposit when you book the room. I've been staying in that hotel, and the deposit was $50 every time you have to extend your stay. And so I'm like, I don't got another $50. I only got $50. I was like, I don't have another $50 to get to the room and book the. So I'm like, I'm back at square one. No, I wasn't. My mom texted me, and I just told her the idea, and she was like, if that's what the Lord said, you need to do that. And I was like, I mean, it looked like this is the only option I got. So let's just see. So she said, Quay, go to Uber and not Lyft. Uber was like 30 something dollars. It was cheaper, like $20 cheaper than Lyft. And so I go book the Uber, book the room, get there, and it's just the Lord upgraded this room. Do you understand? Like I record all the rooms I'm in. But I was just telling the Lord, like, I wanted to cook. I was like, I'm tired of these microwave, dinners and all of this stuff. And y'all, I still end up ordering a microwave because they didn't have no stove. I mean, no oven. And I was like, Lord, what am I cook on? Anyway, that's besides the point. Y'all, I get here, and this hotel got a whole kitchen in the room. I didn't have no kitchen ever. I was just in they semi big rooms. And the last room I was in, it was a handicap room. So the bathroom was super huge, in which we loved. But yeah, so now I come in this, and I was like, not only did God provide, but He upgraded me. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I said, thank you, Jesus. Like, and in my head was like, girl, you gotta go through this again tomorrow. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy today. I'm gonna enjoy how He provided today. Okay? Because what I'm learning is when God is quiet, look at what you already have perceived and take that to the Lord. Because I kept saying, like, am I supposed to get a car? Like, maybe I ain't supposed to get a car. Like, the Lord would provide the money for me to get a car. The car was only $100 and something, y'all. And I was kept thinking, like, why isn't nobody responding back? Like, I know y'all got $100. That's because that's not what I was supposed to be doing. The moment I tell my mom I booked the car, I booked the Lyft, Uber, and I booked the room. Tell me why my sister responded back, my uncle responded back. I said, what the heck? I said, okay, that's because I was not going the right way. I wasn't doing the right thing. And so y'all, I'm consistently learning. I'm just learning. And I'm not afraid to come up here and tell you all what this looks like. Okay. So I think I'm going to insert a clip if I haven't already on. Look, y'all, look how worried I was when I didn't know what the heck. I was like, Lord, we got to get out of this room because I'm a little spoiled. I hear from the Lord. Okay. So when I don't hear from the Lord, that's what make me panic. Okay. That's really what makes me panic. But I'm working on that. So yeah. But every time I'm noticing, I have a testimony for y'all to show y'all how the Lord came through. So I was talking to my uncle. He was like, you need to stop panicking so much. You come to Texas and you don't know nobody and you sitting in a hotel lobby for hours and you have no idea what you about. So don't listen to what nobody else saying. I love him, but y'all don't listen. I'm not listening to him because I'm gonna feel what I feel, and this is gonna be my testimony because now I can just remember the Lord showed up for me again. I am not going to be perfect. I am a female for one. Okay? I have emotions and all type of enemies fighting my head because they do not want me to get to the next level. They don't want me to get to the next destination. So I be daggone if I don't sit here and tell y'all every single emotion I went through. I was fighting to persevere through, literally holding my head up so the tears wouldn't come out of my eyeballs. So it's not gonna be easy. But when the Lord keeps showing up, it's like, man, it just I ain't never had to sit that long. I was like, Lord, these kids can't sit this long. My youngest is like on the he can't sit still because I don't want to say I hate saying he has autism, y'all, because I just know the Lord is going to perfect the things concerning him. But he don't be sitting too long. And it was crazy because I feel like the Lord was using him because he kept like mushing my hand, like, girl, do something. Stop sitting here feeling bad. Like, and I was like, man, I was like, Lord, he getting impatient. And I just really feel like the Lord was using him like, no, you need to hurry up because I've already given you the provision. You're just not perceiving it. And so it's not gonna come the same way. And I was reading John 10, another verse that I was meditating on in my head was John chapter 10, when it says that the Lord leads the sheep and he goes before them. And I kept saying, well, thank you, Lord, for already going before me. It was hard because people be thinking like it's hard, okay? It's hard. People act like Abraham and Sarah, they believe the Lord. They just ain't understand how the Lord was going to do it. Yet the Lord still called Abraham the father of our faith. So I'm not gonna apologize for for acting like I knew God was gonna do it. I just didn't know how. I'm like, did I do something wrong? But then when he redirected me, I was just like, oh, my perception was a little off, Lord. But thank God for his redirection. That's why you always take what you think he's saying and give it back to him. So that 3 hours, that was grace, child, because I could have still be sitting in there right now. But that's my testimony, you guys. In this season where we are required to depend on the Lord daily. Okay? Daily. And I do not know what tomorrow holds. And so I am going to rejoice in what the Lord has done today. He gave me a full kitchen. Okay? The Lord, you don't got to settle. The Lord gonna put you in if you get out of that Egypt mindset. Because the Lord know me. I don't like staying in no busted hotels. I don't. I like the best. Okay? And you got children. My children and my youngest still like to put stuff in his mouth. Like, please put me in a clean, nice hotel, Lord, with a big bathroom. Because this bathroom, do you see it? The bathroom is huge. That's just the whole shower within itself. Yes, Lord. And I didn't pay for it. Mm-hmm. So that's what my Lord did today. Bye.
Now, what I forgot to mention is that I did get a small little locker storage, about $60 a month. So that way I didn't have to carry all of our things. So you see here, I'm just showing we have like the basic necessities, just our clothes and things. Y'all, the kid had already jumped on the bed. My youngest son threw his clothes off. I mean, he was just making himself right at home, okay? And I could understand because we were actually sitting in that lobby for a very long time. And so to be here and then they saw that we had the kitchen was definitely a blessing. I pray that you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned for the next one.